when you think, because I know you had an earlier, your primary concern is that you've had some other partners. You think you may be pregnant, and that you wanted to be tested because of that. Now, when you and we talked about the most recent partner that was not it was through unprotected sex, right? That you had unprotected sex with. How many partners would you say you've had in the last year? Because I know you mentioned that you've had several this year.
Probably like 4.
Okay. How many were men? How many were women?
It's been all men.
All men? Okay. Have you had unprotected sex with all of them, or?
Yeah, but not consistently.
Not consistently, okay.
I mean, sometimes we'd use a condom, sometimes it just kind of depended on what was going on, or, like before, like if we were high or something like that.
Okay, so from the most recent situation, it sounds like, and even what you just said, it sounds like if they're available, that you're more likely to use them than if they're not. And if you're drunk or high, then even less so.
Yeah.
Would that be fair? Okay. So, and also we know that you've been sober for 5 months. I'm gonna keep going back to that because I think that's a very, very awesome thing. So let's focus in on the fact that if they're there, you use them, it sounds like, and if they're not, no big deal, right? So how do you feel? How would you feel about keeping condoms around or close to you? Well, let's back up a little bit. How do you feel about condoms, period?
Well, I mean, it feels weird buying them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It feels like people look at you weird, like you're a slut or something if you buy condoms, so I don't know. I mean, it's just, you hear everything about HIV and AIDS and how you're supposed to use protection and stuff like that, but then, if you go somewhere and you try and buy them and people look at you weird, or if you have it on you, what if you meet somebody and you have a condom with you and then he thinks you're a whore,
And again, we live in a pretty interesting world. And I know that a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people, on both sides, a lot of people feel the same way that you do. If I buy them, people are going to think these ways about me. And then there are people that actually do buy into some of that, actually do feel that, women shouldn't carry condoms and all those types of things. And you mentioned that you sometimes feel that way when you're going to buy them, that people are watching you, people are looking at you. What if you were able to get them and not have to buy them, not have to be in a place where people are buying toys and shoes and clothes, like you're not at the Target or Walgreens or anything like that, but you're able to get them from a place, and not only are you able to get them, but you're able to get them for free, and someone was able to show you how to make them a little bit more fun to use and less about, not so, I mean, condoms protect against pregnancy. We know they protect against HIV and other STDs, but not such a disease focus, but more of a pleasure focus concept. Would that make you feel a little differently about them, or?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought of them outside of the, like, STDs thing, so I guess that sounds good.
And a lot of people don't. But think about it. If if we thought only about STDs and HIV when we had sex, we probably wouldn't have it. But if you're able to make sex a little bit more fun and change your frame of thinking, we still want people to know. I still want you to think about it in terms of, yes, I'm protecting myself if I'm using this condom. I'm protecting myself from an unplanned pregnancy and protecting myself from HIV and other STDs. But at the same time, I'm getting a little bit of pleasure from this. That can be fun as well, and that can be a little bit more empowering.